Hello, set winners. So in this presentation, we are going to talk about the social science passage. The second passage of SAT is usually the social science passage, which are there in questions 11 to 21. These passages are usually about some commentary or some discussion about some recent development. So there could be passages related to use of solar energy and what are the impediments, what are the roadblocks in popularity of solar energy. Why is solar energy not used by everyone? Why has it not got widespread popularity up till now? So there can be a passage of this sort. It could be about null results. Now, what do you mean by null results? Whenever you do some experiments, there are results, but sometimes the results are not conclusive. You neither get a yes or a no. So should you publish such results or not? When you get null results, what should you do with them? Should they be published or not is the question. News and impact of news on masses. Do people believe in news? How technology affects employment. Impact of internet on memory. Now, these are some of the topics which we'll see in the coming days when we go through the second passage. The point I'm trying to make is simple, that the second passage would be a social science passage, and you have to have this perspective that this passage is nothing but a commentary of on what's going on currently in the world. There's one technique which is proposed by many gurus of reading. They say start with a survey. So do a quick skimming of the passage to understand what is the nature of it, what are the different paragraphs talking about. So to get a big picture, you can do survey. The next is to read the questions. Don't read the options, but read the questions and map it with the passage. Okay, fine. So third question is with regard to third paragraph. Fourth question is a word question. So it's asking a word in line this. So you can map it and you know which question is to be answered by reading which part of the passage. So that is mapping or reading the questions. Then read the passage and answer the questions. Recite the passage to understand it properly in case there are some gaps. And then review your answers. Do the difficult questions this way. So this is one particular strategy suggested by some people. You can try it. As I said earlier, there is no one size fits all solutions. You have to keep on experimenting and see which technique work for you. So in this technique, you do a quick survey of the passage by skimming through it. I'll make a separate video on skimming. Skimming itself is an important subject. How to do skimming is important. As of now, it is important to understand that skimming simply means reading only the portions of the passage, not everything. So from each paragraph, you can just read maybe the first line, the last line, if there's something important there. So that's skimming. Skimming means selective reading, not fast reading, selective reading, reading only the portions which make sense to you. So that's survey. You survey the passage quickly to understand the transitions, the main message. Then do a quick review of questions. Then read the passage, recite the passage and review it. Let me just take you through one quick example. So here we have an example of news media. If you read this whole passage, it is about how people think about different news items in the world today. And the essence is that earlier people used to have a lot of faith in news. Now people don't have faith, so they are a little doubtful about all the news and the sources of news. And there is a data supporting it, and then there are questions. So, these are the types of passages you are going to get in um, questions 11 to 20, and you have to approach it with this background in mind that this is about some kind of commentary about a current development. It could be about news. Let me take one more example. So this one is about impact of technology on employment, how technology is impacting the scenario of employment. Is it really causing unemployment or not? The third one here, it's about null results, whether publishing null results make sense or not, and what is the current practice? What do people do, scientists do when they get a null results? Sometimes they manipulate the data, or sometimes they do not publish the results at all. So what are the implications of it? So as you all can see, this is the third passage. The third passage is about some social development. The topic can be from either science or social sciences, or some development like what could be the impact of internet on our memory. And with that goal, with that mindset or background, you're supposed to do the questions. You're supposed to read the passage and answer. And you can try this technique for this one: survey, questions, read, recite, and review. Do a quick survey, map the questions, then read the portions of the passage and answer questions, by underlying, by identifying the keywords, and then review your answers. Now then, with that, about the second passage, the social science passage, you can do questions 11 to 21, pretty much the second passage from test 6, 7, and 8, and that will pave the way for you to have a clear understanding of social science passages. All the best to you. Thank you so much.